Hello, 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 everybody. How are you? How are you? We are going to get started in just one moment. We're a little bit early, and I'm going to be talking about the details and the answers to the chat quiz. So I have just put the quiz onto in the link in the chat if you haven't done that. Alrighty, so we're going to get started in just one moment. All right, guys. I'll just wait one more minute before we get started, but welcome everybody. Lovely to have you all here. We're going to start the training in a couple of minutes. I'll just wait as everybody joins, and I can't wait to get started. So as you're joining me, just let me know that you can hear me okay, you can see me okay, and that you can see the screen okay. And let us know where you're joining in from. I'm just going to make sure that I can see the chat. Welcome, welcome, Cassandra. Alrighty, hopefully that is all good. Okay, so we're going to get started in just a moment. Let me know where you guys are joining me in from. We'll start. We're starting on the hour, but for those who turn up early, we're going to go through the quiz results. So just let me know that you can see the screen okay. You can just type into the chat box that you can see the screen okay. And we'll get started. Hey, Adelaide, South Australia, awesome. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to get started just so that we can start right on time. And we're going to go through the quiz results to just for the next 5 minutes. And so if you haven't gone on and done the quiz, I've posted the link to the quiz inside the chat box right there. And you can do that while we're waiting. So just tick the box that applies and tally up which category had the most ticks. So while we're just waiting for everybody else to jump online, we're going to talk about the categories and what they are, what some of the common symptoms are, and the actions you should be taking depending on which category you fall into. So Cassandra, and hands up who scored mostly red. Let me know in the chat box. So if you scored mostly red, it means that you're in what I call the dream up phase of your business. So this would be if you've done very few paid shoots, or maybe you've just decided to start your business and you're just in the planning phase. Or the alternative might be that you've been in business for a while, but you're still not making the money that you'd like to from your business. Maybe you've been doing it part-time around your children, maybe around a job, maybe you've been on maternity leave. That's really common for people in this phase. So photographers in this phase often struggle with fear, doubt, a little bit of a lack of confidence sometimes, and maybe just a lack of knowledge about what steps to take next. So they spend a lot of time researching, looking at what other photographers are doing and charging and comparing themselves. A great part of photographers who are in the dream up phase though is that they're often super inspired and excited about their potential business. So the key activity for photographers in the dream up stage is to take action. So lots of photographers in this stage get stuck in the researching phase, not quite sure what to charge, not quite sure how to do something that they know they should be doing, like building their email list or using automations. The only way to test to see if a price or a product or a service will be successful, or if a funnel or any of those things will be successful, is to actually put it out there and test it. And the only way to do that is to take action, even if it's imperfect. So just pick a price and ask someone to pay. Hands up, who scored mostly orange? Type that into the chat box. Okay, so if you scored mostly orange, this means that you're in what I call the startup phase of your business. So you've been in business for a little while, you know how to get photo shoot clients, and you're earning a decent average sale. In this phase, you're feeling like maybe not enough money's coming in. You've got money coming in, but maybe it's not enough to be consistent or not enough to be profitable. So photographers in the startup phase often start to struggle with overwhelm, and the excitement fades a little bit because suddenly the buck stops with you. There's no pay for sick days. The loneliness often starts to kick in being a solopreneur. So lots of photographers spend a lot of time running around answering emails, delivering client work, and sales lack consistency. Every month they have to start again with getting cash flow. So there might be a bit of a roller coaster. So most photographers at this stage are doing a lot of haphazard tasks, which they know they're not necessarily good at, but it's a necessity because they don't have the money to outsource. So time is often wasted learning how to do things because, again, there's not enough money to hire people to do it. There can often be a sense of worry and stress because you start questioning whether things will ever change. So the key activity in the startup phase is to focus on the 80-20 rule. So how do you do that? Well, first of all, you market yourself strategically. So you know where your clients are, you know how to sell to them, you've made money selling already. So in this phase, it's all about aligning your pricing to the value that you provide and focusing on getting some automations in the foundations of your business. Your focus needs to be learning how to market and sell so that you can start getting ideal clients, booking through autopilot and sales in your sleep rather than chasing clients for bookings and sales. Okay, and then the green phase, hands up, who scored mostly green? Type into the chat box. Okay, so if you scored mostly green, you're in what I call the ramp up phase of your business. Photographers in this phase are usually making a good income from their business, but they might be dealing with overwhelm, burnout, or the income might have plateaued. So they might be feeling like they're a bit chained to their business and it's hard to actually enjoy the fruits of their labor because they're doing everything. There might also be that boom and bust cycle again here each month if the marketing and the sales foundations haven't been set up, if those systems haven't been set up. So the key activity in the ramp up stage is to focus on streamlining your systems and outsourcing. Now is the time to be letting go of some of those tasks that are taking too long or sucking the life out of you and focus on automating, delegating, or even just deleting the tasks that don't matter. And take them off your to-do list altogether. So those are the results of the quiz. Did anything resonate with what I've said there? Let me know in the chat. So if you're feeling flat that you're in the red phase, don't be worried. The idea is that you want to be moving through from mostly red to mostly green. So it should make you feel excited because there's just a few key things that you need to focus on, and we'll be going through some of those key things today in this training. So how does that make you feel? Super excited, but as you said, a little bit overwhelmed. No problem. Okay, cool. All right, we're going to get started. So I'm just going to wait 2 more minutes before we get started just to make sure that we've got everybody on here. Welcome, Leanne. Let me know that you can see me, hear me okay. We've just gone through the results of the quiz. And we will be getting started in just a couple of minutes. As soon as it's on the hour, we will get started. So welcome, welcome, welcome. All righty. Just going to check in here, make sure that there's no issues on social media. I always have to check these things. Okay, welcome guys. So if you have not done, hey Leanne, so if you've done the quiz, which phase are you in the most? Red, orange, or green? Let me know in the chat. Cool, so we'll just get started in just 1 more minute. Red Leanne, awesome. So you will love today because the idea is that we want to move you through from mostly red to mostly green, and there's just a few key things that you need to focus on. So we're going to get started right now. Okay, let's get going. All right, so my promise to you today, it's on the hour, so we're just going to get started and get going, and then if anyone wants to join in late, they can. We're going to have a ton of fun today. So welcome to this live masterclass for photographers. So my promise to you today is that I'm going to show you the one thing that you need to automatically add an extra $5,000 per month to your photography business in the next 3 months, even if you're just starting out, even with a big list, and without spending hours on social media. So I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to get more clients, the exact systems I use, and where you need to put your focus. And I'll show you that it doesn't need to be complicated. And mostly, more importantly, I'll show you where you're wasting your precious time, money, and energy. Okay, so let me know, does that sound good? Let me know in the comments. Hell yeah, let me know. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Claire Stevens. I'm a photographer. I'm based here in Sydney, at the beach in Bondi. I'm also a photography business mentor. So I help photographers grow their business through using the latest online and offline marketing techniques, using strategic automations, and by helping through mindset blocks that are often unconsciously sabotaging their success. And sometimes they don't even realize it. So I hope you're all comfortable. I hope you've got a cup of tea, a piece of paper, a pen, and you can take notes throughout. So did you guys get the workbook in the emails leading up to today's workshop? Actually, I will post that in right now. I've got this right here. Post that into this group chat right here if you want that there, so you can grab that one. Cool. So I'm going to be using the chat box throughout this training. So, whoops, Inanna, this is what happens when I go off the screen. So I'm going to be using the chat box throughout this training, so make sure you ask any of your questions there, and I'll be asking you guys questions as well. So you can see I'm sitting here in an office by myself, so it always makes me feel better when you interact with me, so that I don't feel like a noob just sitting here talking to myself on a computer. So I always appreciate that. So if I miss your question, it's probably just because I haven't seen it, but I will definitely answer your questions throughout. Okay, so you guys are in the right place. So if you're just starting, the webinar just started just a minute ago, but we want to get started. So I just want you to know, if you've just joined us, you're in the right place. And this is for you if you're a portrait photographer. So if you're a newborn, a family, lifestyle, documentary, headshot, wedding, pet, equine, all of these will be relevant for you. I am a newborn and I do headshots as well. But this will be relevant for any sort of portrait photographer. If you're not a photographer, so I've actually had people jump on here before and go, I'm a graphic designer, you know, is this relevant for me? And I'm like, no, it's not really. So if you're not a photographer, or if you're like a food photographer, a landscape photographer, a real estate photographer, those sorts of photographers, you will find value in this training that you can apply to your own business. But I just want you to let you know up front that this is specifically for portrait photographers, just so there's no confusion. This is for you if you're struggling to reach your income goals, or struggling to get clients who maybe value your pricing and your photography. Maybe you're telling people your prices and you're hearing crickets. Maybe you get lots of people asking for discounts, or maybe people are just constantly saying that you're too expensive. This is for you if you are absolutely done with chasing clients, being stuck in your inbox or Facebook Messenger, or spending all your time on social media with lackluster results. This training is for you if you want to create if you're looking for an easy way to attract your ideal clients and ideal photo shoots, to free up some of your time and get some bookings on autopilot and some sales in your sleep. And it's for you if you want to create a business that's aligned with your values and your lifestyle goals. So just remember back to why you started your photography business again in the first place. Was it for freedom, flexibility? Was it to contribute to your family or to contribute to your community? And just think, is your business in its current state giving you these things? So if it's not, this training is definitely for you. So You are in the right place because let's face it, you're here today because you want to know my secrets and you'll want to stick around today because this training is different to anything that you will have seen before. This marketing funnel and automation training is not only specifically for photographers, it's also created by someone who is a photographer herself and also who understands the Australian and New Zealand photography market. So the economy and the photography industry has changed completely, even from where it was even 2 years ago, but especially in the last 5 to 10 years. So what you're going to learn today is a new way of doing things that keeps up with today's economy and the way that we do online things that not many photographers are doing here in Australia or around the world. So the ones that are using these strategies, well, they are getting awesome results, such as earning $11,000 from one promotion and 1 day of shoots. And that was spending 5 hours in total to promote it. Making $17,000 in 1 month, and she said it felt like it was actually an easier month. And her month before, the highest month she'd done before that was like $5,000. Earning $24,000 from a free photo shoot promotion. So this was a student who, she did $24,000 from one promotion over 5 months. And this was a student who started her business literally 5 months earlier. Growing her email list by 500 in 1 week, making $5,900 from one portrait sale, and her average sale before this was $650. Made more in 2 weeks from one promotion than she had in 2 months prior to working with me, plus so much more. So if you would like results like this too, let me know in the comments. Give me a yes, please, so that I know that you guys are in the right place and wanting to be here. Yes, please. Awesome, Sarah. Okay, so this is the game plan for today. So by the end of this training, I want you to have complete clarity on where you might be going wrong and how to make this year different and what to do next. So this is what you're going to be learning today. First of all, we'll cover secret number one, why you've done all the right things, like you're responding to inquiries, you're posting on social media exhaustively, but you still can't get enough photo shoots booked in because the real problem still remains. We're going to talk about what that problem is. Secret number two, we're going to talk about the simple way to charge higher prices even if you don't feel ready and how you can avoid awkward sales conversations altogether. Secret number three, you can earn an extra $5,000 per month in your photography business, even without a list, even if you're just starting out, and starting as little as $1 a day and 1 day per month. Now, I just want to, one of the things that I teach the women that I mentor is all about focus and being efficient with their time and being committed to their goals. So there are so many things that are, competing for our time these days, and I wanted to, you've made the effort to be here. So I just ask that you close down any other tabs you've got open, log out of Facebook or turn off notifications or whatever. Close the door to the kids if you have to. You're here because you want to learn how to make an extra $5,000 per month using automations and create more ease in your life. And so you owe it to yourself to be 100% committed just over the next hour and give this your full attention, just so you can take it all in. And successful people understand the need to stay focused and committed. So if you want to be successful, comment, I'm committed. Yes, awesome, girls. I was just going to say, I'm expecting everybody to type this, but you already are. Awesome work. Okay, if you stay until the end, I said in the emails leading up to this, I'm going to give you some extra incentives to stay to the end. And so one of the incentives was this photography business cash injection system. So this is what I teach my photography business accelerator students to help them get quick wins and inject cash into the business in the next 7 days. So it's valued at $197. You can't buy it anywhere, but I'm going to give it away for free for you guys who are on live watching now. So I'll stay tuned to the end and I'll post the link into the chat box just like I did with the quiz at the top. So the only way that you'll be able to get this is if you are on live. Now, also, if you stay until the end, we'll be doing a Q&A at the end, plus I'm going to be giving away to some lucky people the services of my own automation dream team. So these are the people that do my funnels and automations, and you're going to have the chance to get them to implement and create the foundational funnels that we're going to be talking about today in your business. So if you're not great at tech, or if you just want to get set up straight, started making money fast, you could have your funnel live and making sales within a week. So make sure that you stick around and find out how you can do that. So does that sound like a good reason? Oh my God, yes, awesome. Okay, cool. So it doesn't matter what stage you're at. So if you jumped on early and you went through the quiz results with us, in the quiz results, there were the questions that I ask every photographer that ever works with me. And if they're working with me one-on-one, if I have a call with you, any of those sort of things, I ask these sorts of questions. And the quiz gives you a result of being either in the dream up stage, the startup stage, or the ramp up stage of your photography business. Now, I've worked with photographers who have never made $1 before they started working with me. And I've even worked with one photographer who makes 7 figures a year. So she's got a studio that makes $1 million. So what I have found with every single photographer I have ever worked with, no matter how long they've been in business, no matter how much money they've made, no matter how confident they are with their photos, all of them were missing one or more of the key foundations needed for their photography business to thrive in the current online economy. And this is what I'm teaching you today. So I know you guys are busy. I'm going to try to keep this to an hour. Like I try really hard to keep this to an hour, but if I do go over, please forgive me. I'm just trying to give you as much gold as I can. At the end of the hour's training, if you guys want me to, I'm going to offer a way for you to work with me directly to get the same results that I get my other photographers that have worked with me in the past. So is that okay with you guys? I promise that this training is going to be jam-packed, full of information regardless of whether or not you take up that offer or not, but just let me know that that's okay with you. Yes, cool. Okay, cool. All right, so who am I? So, I recognize some of your names here, guys, but this is the boring bit. I just need to tell you a little bit about me just in case you don't know my background. It's kind of important. So, who am I to teach all you this stuff? So I'm a maths nerd, a former accountant, and I've worked in investment banking and finance for 16 years before I quit to do photography full time. I actually didn't think that I had a creative bone in my body until I discovered portrait photography when my nephew was born. And probably a lot like you guys, I got a taste for it, I loved it. People started asking me to photograph their families, and it just kind of went from there. When I implemented the systems and automations I'm teaching you today, I made $7,000 in one weekend in my 10th month in business. And then I quit my full-time job. I was working in investment banking 6 months later after I'd earned $7,000. And I realized I finally could do a job that I was passionate about and have freedom and financial independence when I eventually had babies of my own. Now I've got a highly successful photography studio in Bondi. I've written a book for photographers called The Art of Pricing. I've got 2 photography courses called Beginner Bootcamp and Perfecting Portraits, which is just all about how to use your camera and stuff. And I've written there's multiple business courses that I've written, but my signature course is called the Photography Business Accelerator. I'm also a certified NLP practitioner, which means that I'm certified in helping people realize how their words and their thoughts affect their reality and how to change those limiting negative thoughts and beliefs to create new behaviors and to change their results moving forward in their lives for themselves. I've taught over 500 women across the globe about photography, marketing, mindset and automations, from mums who just want to learn how to use their camera to 7-figure studio owners who want more ease. So these are just some of the ladies that I've worked with. I've also spent thousands of dollars on my own coaching and courses to learn from the best in business, including traveling to the US to learn from and meet the best in automation and marketing, Russell Brunson, the owner and founder of ClickFunnels, and sign up to his funnel certification program, which is a $10,000 program. Now, I've also used my photography to travel the world photographing international clients, hold photography workshops, and give back with my passion project, which I funded with my business, an entire trip to Kenya in 2013, and I held out 2 sold-out exhibitions, one in Sydney and one in my hometown. We raised over $30,000 for the charity, and Ronan Keating supported me. Now, the thing is, while I got great results in my photography business, I made all the mistakes. And you guys might relate to these. So if you relate to some of these, just let me know in the comments. So I was confusing my clients and my potential clients. I was jack of all trades. I basically said yes to anything and everything, and I felt like if I said no, I wouldn't make enough money. I had packages that my clients were either not buying or they were constantly asking to swap things out. It just felt exhausting, and I felt like I wasn't, they didn't like what I wanted to sell them. My clients would never purchase on time, and I always felt like the reason must have been because they didn't like their photos, and because I felt like that, I'd put off chasing them in case they ended up telling me they didn't like their photos. I was undervaluing myself and my services. I was pricing myself based on what I thought people would buy, instead of calculating how much time and money it took to deliver my products and my services, which basically meant that when I worked it out, I was earning less than what I would be earning at McDonald's with the hours that I was working, and I could have just been doing that job with none of the stress, turning up and just going. I would travel for hours for a photo shoot and make a sale that didn't even cover my costs or my time. I'd spend money on new equipment and actions thinking that this would be the thing that would make me feel more confident or more professional, and instead of investing in marketing and systems that would actually make me money. I'd say yes to bartering agreements with other businesses, but often it was for something that I didn't even really need or want, and something that I wouldn't actually spend money on buying. And so I felt kind of hard done by with the agreement. I'd do freebies for friends and family, and then felt resentful about it afterwards, but I didn't feel comfortable saying no to them. I had no confidence when it came to people asking for discounts, especially after the shoots. And I had this thing where the dads would call me. So I'd deal with the mums in the lead up to the shoot, and it was all lovely. And then the dads would ring me after the shoot and try and negotiate a discount with me. I would give away too much in my session fees and my packages just to get the sale. Or the opposite would happen, where I'd discount the session fee before they've even, I'd tell them the amount, and then before they've even said whether they wanted it or not, I'd say, but I've got a special on right now and you can get it for this instead. I didn't want people to think I was scamming them. So I just sold them the whole digital collection up front for like $500, and because that's what I thought that they could pay. And so then I limited my own earning potential because I wasn't able to sell them anything else. I was letting fear and excuses stop me from taking action. So I would spend hours and hours and hours on everything. I felt like everything had to be perfect before making any offers or asking anyone for any money. I had a belief that I couldn't sell, and so that was my reality. And I took everything personally. If I posted on Facebook or responded to emails and heard crickets, I'd assume it was because my photos weren't good enough. Or I'd assume it was because they were going to Joe Blow down the road, who's been around longer than me and has better photos than me. Or I would just assume that my prices were too expensive and I should have offered them that discount that I was going to say, but I was trying not to say it. I wasn't being consistent in my business. So that then made me overloaded with information, and I had decision fatigue and felt constant anxiety about what steps to take next. I had a severe case of shiny object syndrome. I was buying things that I never looked at and I never used. I never felt good enough, and I spent time comparing myself to other photographers in my area. And then I'd have a great month. Finally, I'd have a great month. And then I'd get super busy having to deliver those galleries, and I'd forget to market my business while I was delivering all the shoots. And then the next month I'd have a really crappy month income-wise. And I felt like I was only selling my session fees when I was on social media. And so if I was sick, or if I was busy, or if I had a bit of drama with my boyfriend, or like my other job took precedence, my income just dropped, and I had no shoots in that month. And I had absolutely no automation in my business. So I felt overwhelmed. I did everything myself. I was working all the hours of godsends. I was working in an 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. job full time. And then I was up late at night, early in the mornings, pretty much every weekend. While all of my friends were enjoying their weekends, and I was looking at them going, why am I doing this? And I got to the point where I was not happy anymore. I wasn't excited about my business. I was burnt out, and I was just thinking maybe I should just do my 8 to 6 job that I didn't love, but it was pretty good money, and just wait it out until I could go on maternity leave and have my baby, and just forget about the whole photography business. So does any of that resonate with you guys? Yeah, so yes, I've been unveiling services for a year, but doing formulated awesome. I do free family and friends and then get resentful because I feel unappreciated. Yeah, that was me too. Yes, I have stupid perfectionist gene. Yes, yeah, awesome. So if you're feeling like you're desperately seeking clients each month and you have inconsistent income, if you're feeling like you're not seeing the results that everybody else seems to be able to get, if you're feeling anxious but also exhausted and rushed as well, maybe you aren't as optimistic about how your photography business and your life and all your dreams that you had, then you're in the right place. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys kind of know that I understand it. So I want you guys to now, so this is as an NLP coach, this is what I do with my on my coaching calls every week in my Photography Business Accelerator program. If you've been following me for a while, you know that the first place I start when I'm teaching something new is to really think about what your goals are. And you actually, the first place you need to be is you need to be in a place where you believe that it's possible for you to. And so I do that by using anchors and mindset techniques. And these are certified practitioner mindset techniques. So I want you to just slow down right now. You might be feeling a bit of anxiety after all those negative things I just kind of took you through. So I want you to just slow down right now. I want you to breathe. I want you to just uncross your arms and your legs and take some deep breaths in. And just close your eyes and just imagine. In the next 12 months, you have clients contacting you, hoping you can fit them into your schedule. You wake up to PayPal notifications and bookings in your calendar, and you hear that ka-ching sound. You see clients valuing far more than just buying the digital files, and they regularly spend between $1,500 and $3,500, sometimes even more. You have loyal fans and clients who rave about you to their friends, and you can become their family photographer. They rebook you every year or two for updated portraits. You have ease and flow through solid systems which give you confidence in your professionalism. You feel good if you feel good about charging what you know you should. You know how to make consistent income even in the slower months. You have time to spend with the people who are important to you. You have time to catch up with friends and go to the gym. You have time to do all those things that fill your own cup. You have money flowing in to pay down that debt, to contribute to the household, to go on that holiday that you've been talking about for ages. Now just notice how that feels when all of that is happening for you. How are people reacting to this new, confident you? What are you saying and thinking to yourself when you have this confidence in yourself? Maybe you stand taller. Maybe people respect you a little bit more. Maybe they appreciate you a little bit more. Maybe your loved ones now believe in you. Now, in your mind, I want you to get out your Polaroid camera that you have, and I want you to take a photo of this scene. And I want you to watch as this image develops on that Polaroid photo, develops into a photo. And hold that Polaroid in your hand. And then what I want you to do is rise up above your body right now. Rise up all the way up so that you're looking down on yourself right now, and float into the future. And float all the way into the future and just let go of that Polaroid photo. And watch as it floats down and it lands in the exact right place for when this is going to come true for you. Then come back to now, float back down into your seat and open your eyes. So how does that feel now? Is that something that you feel is more, you can believe that this will happen for you now? Did you enjoy that? Let me know in the comments. So mindset is such a big part of success, and I really want you to know that after today, I want you to know that earning an extra $5,000 per month or even more is possible for you. So you just need to follow the right steps. And so many of my students have gotten these results in 12 months or less. So how would that feel if you were getting these results for yourself? what would happen for you? So I want to introduce you to Rachel. You may have heard of her before if you've seen any of some other stuff that I've done. But the reason I like to use Rachel as an example is because she had all the mindset reasons and excuses in the world for this not to work for her. She's a shining example of what's possible in a super quick time frame. And when Rachel began, she'd never even done a paid shoot. She didn't have enough, she didn't even have a portfolio, she didn't even have enough images for her website, and she lived in a town of 3,000 people. The closest proper town was 45 minutes away. She worked in a job that was 1 hour drive each way, and she did that 4 days a week. And she also had 5 kids. Now she's just had her 6th baby. So she made $9,200 cash in her first 14 weeks. So while she did the PBA, and in her and made $14,000 in booked income. So she actually got $9,200 cash, but she did $14,000 in sales in her first 14 weeks. In the first 10 months in her business, she ended up booking 74 fully automated photo shoots. And this was all without a website in her first 3 months and without paying for Facebook ads in the first 3 months. She did pay for some Facebook ads after the first 3 months. And all by just doing what I am showing you guys today. Now, I do need to just, cover my bum. I don't think that what I'm about to show you doesn't require some work, because you don't make an extra $5,000 per month in 3 months' time without some investment in time, money and energy. The students who get results trust me, and they also commit to themselves. So Rachel put 150% into the 3 months that we worked together. So she got less sleep, she came up against roadblocks like sick kids and tech issues and all that, but she just said to herself that she was going to commit to doing the work. So just in case anybody feels like this is, some sort of get rich quick thing, you might as well just jump off now, because I don't want you to waste your time, because this is something that is, it does take some effort. Okay, so after all of that, I want to give you an example of what I've done. So this is what I've done to create the systems I'm sharing today. I got a 3-year accounting degree, $20,000. I've done $4,000 photo photography. These are just what I could remember off the top of my head. Photography business course, $5,000. I've done online business courses, just like generic business courses and marketing courses, $3,000. I did a NLP mindset certification, was 15 grand. I hired a business coach and paid her 25 grand. I currently have a performance coach and I've paid her 18 grand so far. I've done traffic and copywriting courses, 5 grand. I've traveled to conferences overseas and in Australia. I've done the ClickFunnels certification course, which is actually US 10 grand. Plus the time I've spent and my staff have spent to create funnels, write emails and test what I'm sharing with you today. And what I totally invested has taken about $100,000 and about 11 years. So you get to cheat today and save time, money and stress and get it the easy way. So after 11 years and $100,000, I worked it out, but you guys don't have to. So just let me know, you're still here, still committed. We're going to get started right now. So now's the time to grab your pen and paper and take notes. So we're going to be moving pretty fast through this. Okay, actually guys, I'm just thinking if this is valuable to you guys and to help you stay present, would you like it if I give you a copy of these slides and then also the audio of this? Just for you guys who are on live, I'll give that to you just so that you don't have to, because I want you to actually listen to what I'm saying and not be stressing about writing stuff down or all that sort of thing. So we are going to go pretty fast because I want to make sure that we get through it in the time. Yes, yes, okay, cool, yeah, no worries, Lara, that's totally fine. So, awesome. Okay, and awesome, if I miss your questions, don't stress. It's just because I've missed it. We're going to have the Q&A at the end, so save up your questions if I've forgotten to answer them. Okay, let's get going. Okay, secret number 1, you've done all the right things like responding to inquiries and posting on social media constantly, but you still can't get enough photo shoots booked in because the real problem still remains. Okay, so most photographers believe that in order to get clients, all they have to do is post on social media and respond to inquiries. inquiries. But what happens is they either hear crickets or they do get inquiries asking how much they charge, and they respond and then they hear crickets. So the problem with this is that people make buying decisions based on emotion and then they justify with logic. So if you go first in with just the price list and answer their email with the price list, then you're just dealing with their logic and you haven't sold them based on emotion. So what you need to do instead is you need a way to elegantly guide your potential clients to a sale by giving them time to know, like, and trust you. And you need to tell a story that shows emotion and turn your inquiry into a sale using buying psychology and automation. And you use that using funnels, which is what we're going to be talking about later on today. So the reason why what you're doing isn't working, here are some stats for you to consider. Only 6% of people who like your Facebook page see your posts. Oops. People need to see something 7 times before they consider purchasing from you. 80% of sales require 5 follow-ups. 35 to 50% of sales go to the vendor that responds first. 63% of people requesting information on your company today will not purchase for 3 months. And 20% of people who inquire or request information today will take more than 12 months to purchase. Now, this is true because I have people that tell me that they've been following me. I don't even know that they've been following me. They're on my email list, all of that sort of stuff, and they join my program and then they say, because I always ask, like, where, why have you joined and why now? And they go, I had a girl tell me the other day that she joined. She's been following me silently. She's never responded on an email thing, nothing, for 4 years. So this is why we need to get off Facebook and own your own marketing. So if the only way that you can get in touch with your clients is through Facebook, not only is this an operational risk because, yesterday Facebook shut down. And, if you don't have another way to contact your clients, then it's a potential operational risk to your business. And you're also, not only that, you're actually doing business the hard way because, you're slogging it away. So people need something to see something from you at least 7 times. So have a think about that. Like, how do you do that? Are you following up people 5 to 7 times? If you don't have automation and funnels in place, I guess you're not. Are you responding to the first? So if you don't have an automation in place, then the answer is definitely not, because the people who do have automations are responding first. Are you following up people over 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 4 years? If you're not doing that, then I would guess the answer is no. I had a photo shoot client contact me and ask me, and we had a couple of to and fro's back and forth. Because I had automations in place and she automatically went onto my email list over the next 12 months, she was obviously on the list. I completely forgot all about her. And I was sitting here one day and I just had a PayPal notification pop up through my thing that she'd purchased a $300 session. And I was like, oh, I wonder who that is. And then I recognized her name and I was like, oh God, yeah, that was the girl that I spoke to 12 months ago. And then when she finally booked in, she was like, yeah, we had all these dramas in our life. So the beautiful thing about not relying on Facebook and about owning your traffic and doing all that sort of thing is it also takes the emotion out of when people don't respond to you and when you hear crickets, because 9 times out of 10, it's got nothing to do with you. So if you have automations that are following them up, then you don't even care. You don't know if people are responding to you or not. So can you guys see the difference in the energy with that? So no wonder it feels hard if you guys aren't doing that. So I want to talk to you about one of my PBA students who made a $20,000 mistake. So when she first started working with me, she kept telling me that she was hearing crickets and that it was really hard to find clients and all that sort of stuff. So I made her do this exercise, and I make all of my students do this exercise, where I made her go back through all her emails and all her Facebook messages that she'd had, and like the Facebook personal messages, and then also on her Facebook page and all that, and write down the names of all the people who inquired about a photo shoot but didn't end up booking in. And then if they did give a reason, we cancelled those out. And if they didn't give a reason, or they just heard she didn't ever hear from them again, I wanted her to list those out for me. And I wanted her to tell me, like, how many times did she follow them up? Did she follow them up, like, immediately, or how long did she wait and all that sort of stuff? Or did she forget to follow them up altogether? So we ended up adding up 23 potential lost sales. So some were from her only responding once and not following up. Some were because she didn't answer the email or Facebook message immediately because she had busyness going on with her kids. And some she realised she actually forgot to even reply to at all. Now, given that her average sale is $860, just because she didn't have automated immediate, like an immediate automated response, and she didn't have like follow-ups for 5 times or, you know, a couple of things afterwards, and then she didn't also have ways to follow up 3 months, 6 months, 12 months later. She didn't follow up any of those 23 people, and so this is all totally doable with the systems that I'm going to show you today. She lost almost $20,000 in income. And here she was sitting there thinking, wondering why she was stressed and feeling like, you know, she was hearing crickets and all the energy around it was like just super heavy. And yet she had those sales sitting in front of her the whole time, but she didn't have the systems in place to help her convert those into bookings. So when you start looking at the cost of automations, which I'm going to show you in a minute, suddenly those costs don't look so expensive when you're looking at the follow-up failure cost, $20,000. So if you haven't done this exercise, go through tonight and just look the last 3 months. How many clients have you not followed up? Okay, now I want to talk to you about that rule of 7. So the 7 people need to see this. So the rule of 7 is a marketing principle that states that your prospects need to come across your offer at least 7 times before they start to really even notice it and to start to take action. So your prospects can be exposed to your offer significantly more than 7 times, but they need to see it at least 7 times. So as an online marketer, which basically everybody is in this day and age, you need to understand this concept, because as people get to know you more, you market to them differently. And the amount of effort you need to make to get a sale is different. So this is where we're talking about traffic. So cold traffic is anyone who visits your site or your Facebook page or any of those sorts of things and has absolutely no idea who they are or very little idea of what you offer. So this is often the majority of your traffic, especially if you're unknown or just starting out. Warm traffic. These are people you've introduced yourself to and they've shown some interest in return. These people are familiar with what you do and your business and your market, but they haven't been interested enough to buy yet. They need to be convinced. So they're familiar with who you are, they kind of know what you're all on about, but they haven't been convinced yet to buy. And then hot traffic, these are people who've already bought something from you. So they already have committed before and they know you really, really well. So the simple way of explaining this concept of traffic is that you want to turn someone who has no idea of who you are into someone who is ready and motivated to purchase from you. And as people get to know you more, you market to them differently, and the amount of effort you need to make to get a sale is different. And as I said, you need to own your traffic and get it off social media. So how do we do that? The first step is to build your database. Now, I'm going to get you to do this right now. I'm going to actually copy this into the chat and I want you to post this onto your personal and your business page right now. And there it is in the chat. So you've got no reason to not be doing this. Okay, so this is what we want to do. We want to start building your list. So hey guys, I'm working on a really exciting thing right now. There'll be 5 spots only. It will be amazing value. It won't be repeated. I'm still nutting out all the details, but once I do, I'll be sending an offer out to my VIP list this week. It'll be first in, best dressed. Do you want me to send you the details? If so, either PM me with your email address or pop it in the comments below. And please do share this if you know anyone who might be interested. So you guys, I want you to go and do this right now. You don't have to know what you're offering. The first thing that you're going to do is take action. And if somebody gives you their email address, then you can send them your offer. The idea is that you are building your email address. So I'm going to give you 2 seconds to do this right now. Can you just type into the chat box and let me know. Just copy and paste what I've just posted there into your Facebook page. And I know you have to open up Facebook, which I told you to shut down, but open it up now and do it right now. We're going to come back and check in on that. And if I forget to come back and check in on that, remind me, because I have forgotten to do that before. And then people tell me, oh my God, I've had like 5 people signed up to my email list already. So this is the first step. So I've said it to myself, no, Cassandra, we're doing it right now. We're taking action right now, because if you do it for future reference, you won't do it. I want to see the results you get right now by the end of this training. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Awesome, guys. Okay. So the thing is, now most photographers stop there. So most photographers go, okay, yeah, I kind of know in this day and age I need to have like a MailChimp or something, and I've got like on my website I've got a way to like collect email addresses, but I don't really do anything with it, all that sort of jazz. So, but the truth is, and this is the secret, and this is the difference to why my girls get results and why other people aren't getting results. You also need an automated system that turns the likes into leads and leads into customers. And you can only do that using funnels. And it doesn't have to be like, this doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, the more simple and strategic it is, the better. So there are 3 foundational funnels that every photographer must be using in this current economy. So the first is a connect funnel to a respond immediately and own your traffic. So that's someone opt in, they give their email address, and then you respond with an automated email. A nurture funnel to follow up people over 3, 6, and 9 months and 12 months. And also a slow burn funnel a nurture funnel to follow up the 80% of people who need 5 follow-ups, and the slow burn funnel to follow up people over the 3, 6, and 12 months. Now, the difference to when people just ask for an email address and to when you have a funnel is that when people are ready to give you your email address, that's when they're hot. They're ready, they're interested. People have like 8 seconds of like, they've got a goldfish brain right now. In this current age, it's actually a true thing. That's a stat, that people have 8 seconds of, to grab their attention. So if somebody's sitting in a car in the school line and they've opted in and given you your email address, you want to, they might then go, okay, oh, it's my turn to pick up the kids, I have to get off. But the difference is you've got their email address, and then if you then send them to an offer immediately while they're still hot, and it's a 24-hour offer or something like that, then that's where people get bookings on autopilot and sales immediately. So funnels and automations don't have to be sexy. And so these are the 3. So it's to attract, to nurture, and offer. So they're not necessarily sexy. Well, some people I find them quite sexy, but they do give you a lot of time, freedom, and confidence and ease when it comes to running your studio and earning an extra $5,000 per month while working part-time. Now, I want to introduce you to Taylor. So Taylor lives in a country town, which is in drought, and she came to me when she had a 1-year-old baby, and she said that she was the highest price photographer in her town, and she was charging $495 and didn't feel like she could charge more. And she sent me this the other day just so I could include it. And she said, do you know what it feels like to truly believe in yourself and trust in your service that you provide to your clients? When I came to Claire, I was scared of booking clients, of even telling them my prices. I had no idea where my next booking was coming from, and I struggled keeping up with the business side of my photography business. I'd hit rock bottom and was even in the state of contemplating getting a real job. I'm so glad I took the opportunity to work with Claire to change my life in the most amazing, incredible ways. I value my time and freedom as a business owner. I have clear tasks to secure ongoing bookings. I have a price list I'm no longer scared by, and I'm actually excited by the experience each client may bring. I can't wait for my next booking, and I even have fun with the whole booking process and find myself analysing where I'm going right and wrong. My confidence is now at a level that allows me to run at my full potential, and I take each day as a new opportunity to be the very best version of myself. So one of the things I love about Taylor is that she uses one of my audios that I give in, that we do in the PVA. Before she does a photo shoot, she uses this it's a circle of excellence audio, and she uses it before, and she reckons that every single time she uses it before she does a sales session or before she goes on a shoot, she gets the exact amount that she wanted in the sale. So this is somebody who thought that she could only charge, you know, $495, and she's doubled that. And then she even did a promotion last year where she earned more in 2 weeks than she did in the whole 2 months that she'd done before working with me. Okay, so here's a simple way to charge higher prices even if you don't feel ready, and how you can avoid awkward sales conversations altogether. So you don't have to have a photography degree, you don't have to have 5 years experience to start pricing yourself for the business that you want today. So here are some pricing myths that I wanted to really just run through with you before we kind of get to the next bit. So not pricing yourself, so cheaper prices do not necessarily equal more money. And in fact, sometimes being a cheaper pricer will hinder your ability to raise your prices in the future. And there is a simple solution to get around this, even if you don't feel ready right now, which I'll tell you in a second. So, in fact, often you'll find the cheaper the client, the more demanding and hard work they are. It's actually harder to increase your prices to an existing client base, so you're better off charging for what you know that you want to charge, and then doing some like limited time promotions and things like that instead. Saying yes to everything will hinder your success. So, you know, imagine a GP doctor versus an IVF doctor. Which one do you pay more, the specialist or the generalist? So saying yes to everything will just make you a generalist, and it will actually just confuse your clients. Offering a smorgasbord of products does not lead to more sales. Have you ever heard that saying, a confused mind always says no? So when your clients have too much choice, this will lead to them not ordering anything because they don't know what to order. And it'll end up in low sales, and you'll end up worrying that it's because they don't like their photos, but it's just because they're confused and, you know, they don't know what to buy. People don't just naturally buy without incentives. So if you're not giving incentives for people to buy, then they're not going to just naturally buy from you. You don't have to be good at selling or even have any sales conversations if you don't want to, and you can still make awesome money in your business. And you don't have to feel confident right now about your prices to still be able to price according to the business that you want. So those are some myths that that I just wanted to really make sure that you are aware of, because the truth is you just need the right foundations. And the right foundations in every photography business are: you price for the business that you want, you use limited time compelling offers, you focus on one type of photography until you've got that nailed and you're earning the money that you want in that niche. I'm not saying you can't do other types of photography, but just focus on one until you got that one nailed. Simplify your price list, set your boundaries and expectations, and understand the psychology of pricing. Now, when you have the right foundations and when you automate your sales process at both the booking and the post-shoot stage, you can charge higher prices even if you don't feel ready, and you can avoid those awkward sales conversations altogether because all your automations do the talking for you. Now, here are the 5 foundational systems that I teach, and they have to have these 5 key components. A connect funnel to respond immediately and to own your traffic. A nurture funnel to follow up the 80% of people who need 5 follow-ups. A slow going funnel to follow up people over 3, 6, and 12 months. A systemized way to educate your clients and show them you are the expert, which I call the education funnel. And an automated way to sell and upsell. And if you don't want to, you don't have to have sales conversations at all. And even if you're doing IPS or in-person sales, you need to have some funnels in place in the sense that you need to educate them in the lead up to the session, and you need to, if you're giving them any time afterwards, which I would suggest would be either like 24 hours if you're doing in-person sales, that you have some automations afterwards as well. Okay, I just want to show you Sarah Stacker, who she didn't actually really want like a whole big, massive photography business. She just wanted to do 1 or 2 shoots a month around her daughter, and she came to me. She, was doing, little shoots here and there, and then she's averaging over $1,000. And the last time she contacted me, she told me her last shoot was $4,000. So these are all different times she's messaged me to tell me that she's done shoots that have been $2,500, $1,600, all that sort of thing. So this is, she had really just started in her business. So are you guys still here and still committed? Just checking in. You guys okay? Awesome. Okay. All right. So secret number 3, you can still earn extra 5K per month in your photography business, even without a list, and starting as little as $1 a day and 1 day per month. Who wants to hear about this? Boom. Okay. Before we get going, let's just start talking some numbers. Okay. So I'm going to assume that you were already earning some money in your business and you want to earn an extra $5,000. So I'm going to make it, we're just going to go with the whole 6-figure being 96 grand. So if you are less than that, you might want to write these numbers down and do this calculation based on how much you want to earn per month. But just to give you some numbers. So if you want to earn 8 grand a month, if you were charging $500 a client, that would be 192 shoots a year, 17 shoots a month, which is 4 shoots a week. And if you're averaging around 10 hours per client that it takes just to service your client, so, you know, traveling to the shoot, doing the shoot, editing, doing the emails back and forth, talking to your client, helping them decide what to wear, all that stuff, include all of that. Then, you know, sizing up your photos for printing and all that sort of jazz. Then you want to know the number of hours. Now, I suggest 10 hours. And if you might do less, but people underestimate their time, and especially if you're picking it up and putting it down and stuff. So if it would take 40 hours per week just to service those 4 clients, but that doesn't include working on your business, finding more clients, doing your website, creating funnels, any of those things that are, you know, doing your reporting, doing your tax, doing any of that stuff. So that's just 40 hours per week to service your client. So how many hours do you want to work in your business a week? Okay, if you were charging $1,000 per client, you would be $96 per year, 9 shoots a month, 2 shoots a week. At 10 hours a client, that's 20 hours per week just to service those clients. And if you're doing $1,500 per client, 64 shoots a year, 6 clients a month, 1.3 shoots a week, 10 hours per client, 13 hours per week just to service those clients. So I'm just wanting to make sure that you guys really understand and you're taking into account the time that it takes just to service clients. Because I know that when I'm super busy with client work, I know that my marketing falls to the side, and then you fall into that pattern of having the roller coaster months. So this is where you need to have the automation in place. So let's get real about what this would take to remembering those stats, like 6% of people on Facebook only don't see your stuff. Only 6% see your stuff who like your page. People need to see your stuff 7 times. So let's get real about this. So there's another statistic out there that you can expect 1 to 2% of people who see your offer 7 times or more to purchase. So basically that means that 98% of people who see your offer don't purchase. So let's get real about what this actually means. So how many clients can you serve per month based on your time? So if you've said, yep, I can work 40 hours a week, I can work 80 hours a week, whatever, I want to do 17 clients a month, then let's say you're doing 17 shoots, then if you're charging $500, people have to see your offer 17 times. So 7 times. So 7 by 17 is 119. And let's say that 1% of people see your, 1% of people see your offer. So, and that 1% will buy. So you need to divide that by 1%. And so we're assuming that, let's say the number of people who need to see it is 11,900 views of your offer. So do you really have the energy to be posting that much on Facebook to be able to get that many views? And you can't even control it on Facebook. So, you know, you're either going to have to be, you know, doing it that way, or you can use, you can pay for ads. So let's take it further. If you're going to assume that only 6% of people on Facebook see your stuff, so you need to pay for Facebook ads, right? So if you're looking at around $5 per lead, which is what, you know, I pay between $1 and $10 per lead, depending on what's happening and who else is advertising and all that sort of thing, then you're looking at, you need $1,700 leads minimum, which at $5 a lead is $8,500 in advertising spend. So Most photographers don't realize this. Okay, so you can go and spend 8.5 grand on Facebook ads if you want to, which is, you know, that's an option. But most photographers I find don't have that income to invest, and especially they don't know how to do Facebook ads either. So, you know, they don't know how to measure them and all that sort of stuff. So when I say to you, Facebook ads should cost you $5 or less, then I know how to do that because I know how to track that using pixels and things like that. So most people don't know how to do that. However, you don't have to do that either, because you can get shoots booked, even if you're just starting out, even with a big list, without a big list, without spending hours on social media and without spending $8,500 on Facebook ads, using our funnels. And you do it using those 3 foundational funnels, and 1 day a month and $1 per day. Okay. So you have to use the 3 foundational funnels combined with a strategic social media supercharge system. You need to be prolific with your social media supercharge system. So you use a system that makes it seem like you're on social media 24/7. And you need to be strategic. So you need to be elegantly guiding your potential clients into a sale using your connect and nurture funnel. Okay, so together these grow your list while you make sales on autopilot, which is the fundamental difference. Okay, so when you consider all of that, okay, here's an example of what you might post on Facebook. You then send them to your funnel, and then your funnel does all the work for you. So here is how you do it, starting at $1 a day. So my tools of choice are SmarterQueue, ClickFunnels, and ActiveCampaign. So here it goes. SmarterQueue is $19 a month, ActiveCampaign is $9 a month, and ClickFunnels is $19 a month, using a special link that I can get for you. Otherwise, it's $97 US a month, and I can get a special link for you when you work with me. And so it's $1.55 per day, or $47 US a month. So it works out to be Australian, $2 a day, or $61 a month. So all of these have 14-day or 30-day free trials. So if you get up and running fast, you can make back the cost before you even have to start paying for them. So when you consider the difference in spending 8.5 grand on Facebook ads, or making, you know, 14K from a funnel, or 24K in 5 months, those sort of things, when you can save, you can spend 1 day a month scheduling posts, and you get bookings on autopilots and sales in your sleep, then that cost of, you know, $60 a month just pales in comparison, right? You guys can see the value in investing in systems like this. What the idea is that you work hard once and you reap the rewards forever. So this is an example of Megan. So when she joined the PBA, she actually paid for her family to go on holidays to Thailand. So she said she wanted 1 shoot per week, and she wanted to pay for a trip to Queensland and a holiday to Thailand. She started in June, was fully booked for the whole year by September for the rest of the year, and both the holidays booked and paid for. Peter, she earned more money in 4 months than in the previous 12 months before working with me. Okay, so just let me ask you a question, guys. How are we going? Are you enjoying this training so far? Let me know in the comments. Whoopsie. Yes, awesome, cool. Okay, so let's recap on what we've covered. So the 3 secrets we've covered today is we talked about how you've done all the right things, like responding to inquiries, posting on social media constantly, but you still can't get the photo shoots booked in because the real problem still remains, which is that people make buying decisions based on emotion and justify it with logic later. So if you haven't had the opportunity to tap into their personal emotion, they don't see the value. We talked about what you have to do instead, which is to own your traffic, which you then control, and then you elegantly guide people into a sale by giving them time to know, like, and trust you. We talk about secret number 2, which is the simple way you can charge high prices even if you don't feel ready, and how you can avoid awkward sales conversations altogether. We busted some myths about pricing, and I showed you how when you have the right foundations in place and you automate your sales process, you don't even have to talk about your pricing if you don't want to, because your terms and conditions, your education funnel, and your automations all do the talking for you. And then we went into how you can earn an extra $5,000 per month in your photography business, as little as $1 a day. It's actually $2 a day, and 1 day per month. So we did the calculations based on your photography business and how you can use specific tools and nurturing sequence to build your email list while you're making money in your business. Just like Taylor and Rebecca and Rachel and Sarah and Jill and Julia and Tammy and Megan and all the girls that were just like you, who had all the reasons in the world to be tripped up, but instead followed the system and changed their lives. Now, this is one of my favourite sayings. You must take the time to set up the foundations of your business. I hope that if you've taken anything away from this training today, that this is the one thing that you've taken. So I love this quote, give me 6 hours to chop down a tree and I'll spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. And so the obvious question is, I know that you guys kind of will know that you need systems and automations and funnels, but how do I make this all work so that I can start getting the same results and create a business I love rather than one that drains me? So there are always 2 options. So option 1 is the overwhelming and confusing way, which is the way I did it years ago and spent 11 years doing it, researching and trialing, testing and all that sort of thing, and researching different ways that people tell them how to do it. But what I find is when I have conversations with people and they decide to do it alone, they try to do it themselves. They don't have the proven toolkit to support them. And so doubts, fears, frustrations, and overwhelm, and often self-sabotage creep in. The tech stuff messes with their head. They throw in the towel and decide it's all too hard. And then I catch up with them 3 months or 6 months later and they still haven't moved any further forward in their business. And, they're doing promotions that are lackluster with lackluster income. So successful people ask better questions. So the real question that you want to ask yourself is, what is it costing you to stay where you are today? So how do we work that out? Well, what's your income goal? So just imagine that you were you were Taylor or Rachel or Peter or any of those girls. So what would happen if you were earning that in the next 3 months? If your income goal is $5,000 and you're currently earning nothing or $1,000 a month, then doing nothing over the next 3 months is actually costing you $12,000. And then let's think about the emotional and mental and energetic costs, like your stress levels or your sanity. What would happen if you're still in the same place you are today in 12 months' time? Or what if the situation was worse? So take a moment to just really think about what that would feel like. Would you be struggling to find clients, to make consistent income? So why are you here today? How long have you been saying that you want to earn this type of money in your business? And how long have you been saying that you want more ease and more time with your family? How much longer do you want to continue with this struggle? So you don't have to go spending 11 years and $100,000 to test things out because there is no need. The sooner you can create systems and automations, the sooner you can make bookings in your sleep. So don't leave thousands of missing income on the table. Don't go back to hassling for clients week in, week out. And don't continue with inconsistent income, stress, and overwhelm. So the second option is for me to hold your hand in a simple and strategic way, and to give you all the emails, templates, scripts, funnels, how-tos, automations, help you with your pricing, all that sort of stuff, over the next couple of months, and have you earning an extra $5,000 per month in no time. So I believe that when you invest in people who've been before you and they give you shortcuts and secrets, that you will get better results, it'll save you time, it'll fast track your results, and it also, you don't look back and say that you wish that you'd done some things differently later. Okay, so we're on the hour, guys, and an hour, I'm so happy I actually made it 3 minutes over the hour. An hour is not long enough. Would you like to know how I can help you with your own pricing, automations, confidence, and systems? Just let me know in the chat box. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay. Oops. So enrollment is now ready, open to my 10-week program, the Photography Business Accelerator. So what is it? The Photography Business Accelerator program is the absolute fastest way to get big results in your business without overwhelm. So ultimately what it is, it's 10 weeks of business mentoring supported with 7 core modules in an online training program, which empowers you to confidently implement your 12-month strategic marketing plan and set up your entire client workflow from inquiry to archiving. It's delivered through online videos, audios, checklists, worksheets, and guidelines based on how you want your photography business to look, because everybody's business is different. And it's incredibly comprehensive. I share everything So the girls are always saying to me, oh my God, I can't believe you're giving us this, including magic NLP mindset processes to help move past any negative beliefs, which will inevitably come up for you. Nothing is left out. So who's it for? It's for ambitious, driven portrait photographers who want to make the next 4 months a game changer in their photography business. So what you'll have at the end of the PDA, you'll have a price list that sells and the confidence to sell it. You'll have a bookings on autopilot system. You'll have a 24-hour, 24/7 client attraction system. You'll have an automated client workflow. You'll have a continuous client system to follow up all the clients year in, year out. So you have people coming back and booking you again and again. You'll have a 12-month strategic marketing plan that actually is in line with your price, like in the type of business that you want to earn. And you'll have a winning mindset. And you do all of this using funnels, automations, and magic mindset techniques. So this is the journey that we'll go on together. So first of all, you'll go through and get super clear on in Module 1 on what is important to you and what makes you happy. Plus, we shine a light on the parts of your life that might need some attention because, you know, we're building a business that is about around the life that you want, not the life around the business that you have. So we'll align your branding and your marketing message with your values so that your entire photography business is in flow with what's important to you and makes you happy and you feel confident when people say to you, what do you do? Well, I give you the cash injection system to focus on the path of least resistance, get some quick wins in terms of cash and bookings before you've even built your first automation. So that's in Module 1. So here's some results from some of the girls that, you know, have reported back on Module 1. You know, I make you guys do a branding board, I make you guys go through your elevator pitch, your mission, your tagline, all that sort of thing so that you are super clear. And then you also do some really powerful mindset work about what your values are and is that in line with how you're living your life right now and how your business is. And it is super, super powerful. I can't even tell you, it's so priceless. In Module 2, we go through price lists that sell. We align your pricing strategy with your income, with your lifestyle goals, and we create a process that elegantly guides your clients to naturally want to spend more than your average sale or even way more. And then we do an extremely powerful process where you uncover and clear unresolvable beliefs, emotions, memories around money, which might be holding you back. And you probably don't even remember them. And when you do this, oh my God, sometimes you'll just laugh about what will come up. You'll think, oh my goodness, why I did that? That was when I was 4 years old. I didn't even think that was something. And here are some of the results that have happened. So you can see one of the girls did the money memories and cleared the mindset work around pricing and then immediately found some cash. Thanks to your clearings, I ran money blocks. I just did the biggest sale of my career. Thank you so much. Tammy did a $5,900 order, and the only thing different that she had done was that she did mindset work around her money memories. And Paulina, she was really super scared of raising her prices because she thought she wouldn't get any more bookings. But she had no time because she was super stressed. And she's got four funnels live. Everything's on autopilot, and she's quite funny because she said that her husband has, her relationship with her husband has even improved because she is much happier as herself. So that's just, what can happen just after Module 2. Module 3, your automated to shoot workflow. So this is where you can create your entire workflow from inquiry through to archiving with step-by-step checklists, email scripts, resources to maximize the excitement and anticipation of the experience, ease and income for every shoot. So the pre-shoot process is what we call your education funnel. And when you do this right, you stop getting asked for discounts, you stop having people not purchasing in time, and you stop having all those policies and all those sort of things that you have to make people actually read the policies before you even book in a shoot. We'll go through your sales automation. So after the shoot, we'll create a sales automation so you never have to have an awkward conversation at all. And this is what we call your investment funnel. Now, I have got 16 email scripts that I give from start to finish for the client workflow. So that's not even to do with funnels and stuff like that. That is just the client workflow, and you guys are able to copy that. And if you're doing in-person sales, we also have a whole module on successful sales conversations where you can follow a proven script. You can print out the script and you follow the techniques so that you can feel confident about doing in-person or telephone sales, so both you and your client walk away happy and feel like you've got value. So here is some of Module 3 results. So if I just sold $1,990 from a client that's not a friend or family member, booked $400 the session, so that was on top of the $400 session. All through the funnel, I had not had one phone conversation with me. They liked me, they found me, liked my work, read my content, received my emails, booked their session. I delivered their gallery on Friday afternoon, and then they automatically just bought through her online gallery. Jill didn't want to do anything. She wanted to just do the PBA first before she actually did any shoots or anything, and she ended up doing a shoot towards the end of the time together, and then she made $2,000 from her first paid shoot. One of the girls was doing in-person sales, and she said, I just made $2,600 sale today. Thanks for the coaching on IPS. I listened, asked questions, repeated what they said. It just paid for itself and more. She put out cash too, which was insane. So her average sale before that was about $1,200. So Rachel, who got the $2,500 sale with completely on autopilot, she is the one that has the 5 kids and had never done a paid shoot before working with me. Okay, in Module 4, we then go through your strategic marketing plan. So we create your entire 12 months of marketing promotions, including the details of each promotion, what you're going to price it at, and the message for how you'll promote it. We then set up your slow burn funnel, which is how you schedule out your newsletter to execute your 12-month marketing plan and follow up those people who need 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, 2 years, 4 years before they're ready to buy from you. And then in Module 5, we start bookings on autopilot. So we don't start Module 5 bookings on autopilot until you've got those foundations right, because you need that to be able to turn your likes into customers, and you can look forward to getting first kitchens when your phone income comes in. So you then create your nurture automation. You follow up those 98% of people who don't purchase the first time they see your offer, and we create your sophisticated social profiles, so you maximize the impact of all your social media profiles so that all of your roads lead to your funnel. Here are some results from people who used ClickFunnels and ActiveCampaign and SmarterQueue and all that to get this. So 25 new subscribers today, 2 paid and booked VIP offers. Just wanted to pop in and share. 9 hours, I have 61 new contacts and a conversion of 39%. Can't wait to see what happens. Hey ladies, I published my first funnel last night. I was very nervous afterwards, did a clearing before bed. Woke up this morning, I have a confirmed booking and a wedding inquiry. I can't believe it. So thankful to have found this program. It's changed my mindset. Before I worked with Claire, I'd never done a paid shoot. In the first 5 minutes, I've held 52 photo shoots. So that is some of the things. Just sold my first mini session to a VIP. So fun. Here's the perfect reason why I'm not giving up on ClickFunnels. Just woke up to 4 bookings. Okay, Module 6. Then we start attracting clients this is your 24/7 client attraction system. So we want to fill your funnel. So we'll learn how to optimize your online presence to direct traffic to your bookings on autopilot system. And we will undertake a visibility challenge to create a buzz and kickstart your motivation and your visibility on social media with your database. And then we create your ongoing content plan. So we're using blogging, search engine optimization, and social media to consistently create months worth of content in one day. And then we load it into SmarterQueue, and you'll have that just on and on and on, just constant social media present on and on, that's automated. And this is how we supercharge your social media. And oopsie, just missed that one. Okay, so here is an example of Kim. So Kim started with me. She was doing about $500 a sale. She said her last 2 sales were $4,000 and $3,000. Now she moved to a town of 530 people. So she had to decide that she was going to do less shoots and charge more if she wanted to continue with her business. Now she was super shy and introverted, and she says social media and visibility can seem like such a minefield, but with Claire's approach to mentoring, you're quickly on top of what works and what doesn't. I'm even at a point where I'm posting selfies and videos of myself to get my name out there. Look out. So she seriously changed her complete business. She's won an AIPP award. She's done a whole book and traveled the country. She's a country chick. She's written a book called What a Farmer Looks Like, and it's got all photos. She's interviewed farmers across the world, across Australia, and really got some amazing results. So module 7, we just make sure that we are finding the path of least resistance every single week and month to pick the low-hanging fruit. So remember we talked about hot traffic? Those are the people who've already purchased from you, and they are called low-hanging fruit. And we systemize and automate your process for requesting feedback and testimonials, including exact email scripts to get a higher response rate, because if you're not getting responses back, so a lot of people tell me they don't get responses, and I'll show you why. And then we create some automated incentives for clients to return to you again and again with automated continuity funnels. Okay, and then we also create your perfect referral list to find clients through referrals. And that's how it all works. So what happens is, this is how it kind of works. So this is, and this might answer your question, Cassandra. So what happens is, when you purchase, you'll get some pre-work and some bonuses, and that goes for about a week. And so this is before you even start the PBA. And then in week 1 to 4, you get clear, you do modules 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is your aligning your values, doing your messaging, your branding, doing your pricing, doing your automatic workflow, and your 12-month marketing plan. Now, you don't have to start in week 1. You can start the PBA anytime in the next, I usually say 1 to 2 months. So you can start in 1 week, or you can start in 8 weeks. But if you wanted to start in 3 months, you could start in 3 months if you wanted to. And then we have a catch-up week, because there's a lot of content in those 4 weeks, and I want to make sure people don't get too overwhelmed. Then we start creating your funnels in week 6. Week 7, we have another catch-up week, and just because a lot of people get stuck on the funnels, and so we want to make sure that you don't get stuck. Then weeks 8 and 9, you do your continuous client toolkit, and you'll get visible, and then you have another catch-up. And then you decide if you want to stay on or not. So a lot of people decide that they love the PBA, and so I offer a cheaper option to stay on for either a month or 3 months, or whatever that you guys want to do. So about 40% of PBA students end up staying on for longer because they love the community. So a common question I get is, how long do we have access to the online training portal? Okay, unlike other online courses in the PBA, you get lifetime access to the online training portal for as long as I ever run the program, plus motivational weekly jumpstart emails. So then a common question I get is, do you help us and answer our questions? So to help you succeed when you join today, you also get these bonuses. So you get 10 weeks access to office hour support with me. So yes, I can answer your questions. You get 10 weeks access to our private mastermind inner circle, so other people help you. So there's other girls. Now, I just want to let you know, it usually is capped at around 20 to 30 women, so it's a really super intimate group. So, it's not a huge group. And you get access to motivation weekly coaching calls. So these are a bonus call, and basically what we do is we jump on and we do a call, and I do a mindset thing to set you off on your week, and they are recorded, so if you can't make it live, you can just go and watch it later on. You get access to 5 tech support calls with my tech queen, which helps you to actually get any techie things that you've got questions about. Then my dream team do that for you. And there's also got a tech library with over 30 how-to videos and checklists for anything that's tech related to do with any software and stuff like that. And that is what you get. So don't underestimate the value of the support in the group. So these are the sorts of things that I post, and then also, the girls post their questions and ask for support. Common question, I'm just starting out, do you cover business basics? So you get immediate access, as soon as you purchase, you get immediate access to these basic bonuses. The Setup for Success business guide, so that's, all the stuff about ABNs, bank accounts, business names, insurance, model releases, all that sort of stuff that you just need to have covered. If you haven't got enough portfolio images, so I chucked this in because some of the people that worked with me were at the portfolio stage. So you could just join, go and spend the next 6 weeks building your purposeful portfolio, and then you're ready to go if you want to start the PBA in 6 weeks or 8 weeks or whatever. And also winning a website. So I give this at the beginning because a lot of people come to me and they haven't got a website and they want to start doing the website. Now, I suggest that funnels are more important than websites, but people always want to have a website. So I give you recommended resources. If you've already got a website, how to audit your own website to make it authority building and sales machine. And you can purchase today and then start your official 10 weeks coaching once you've set yourself up. So if that's you, if you're at the beginner stage, that might be something for you. Everybody gets this regardless of if you're a beginner or not. Okay, so then how is it different to any other course out there? So we also give you this Mindset Hub. So this is a priceless resource which gives you, there's 10, but I actually am planning on creating more. And so you actually have 24/7 access to this, and you can download them, put them on your phone, listen to audios, and often, you know, this is the difference between the people that get through their blocks and they don't. So the only other way to access this is to work with me one-on-one. Okay, so it's the only program out there that combines the pricing, the photography processes, funnels, automation, and mindset work run by an Australian photographer. So if all you got was the Photography Business Accelerator Coaching Program, it would be worth the price of the course alone. But in addition to this, I want to give you this additional training, because what happens is people often get their funnel set up and all that sort of stuff, and then they're like, okay, but now what do I do? So here's some ways for you to attract paid and unpaid traffic to your funnels with these bonuses. So the Facebook ad fundamentals, I actually had somebody come in and do a training who was a Facebook ad expert, so that you actually know exactly how much each customer or lead is costing you, and you can confidently budget for advertising spend. And then zero cost marketing strategy. So whether it's SEO, collaborations, all those sort of things, this is a comprehensive research source that you'll use over and over again to just, you know, get some marketing happening that don't cost anything. So the Photography Business Accelerator is a complete photography business in a box. Okay, so the value of those bonuses alone is $10,000. So basically you get the 10-week support with us, and then you can choose whether you want to stay on or not, or you can just go off on your own, and you can continue to use the PBA, because you've got online access for lifetime as long as they ever run it, and just continue to use it over and over and over again. Okay, so you're probably sitting there going, okay, how much is this? So how much would you expect to pay? So I've just showed you that you can, you know, earn $17,000 in a month, or $24,000 over 5 months from one funnel, or, you know, all that sort of thing. So if it was $15,000, you know, that it could be charged that, but it's not. If it was $10,000, it would be totally worth that, but I'm not going to do that to you. If it was $8,000, it would be totally worth it, but it's not. So usually the price of the PBA is $5,000 or $400 a week for 14 weeks. But because you guys are watching this training right now, I've opened it up for 72 hours for you guys to be able to join the PBA, starting at just $250 a week. Now, or you can save $2,000 and purchase for $3,000. So this price is only available for the next 72 hours, or there's a 4-month option as well. So this is to reward action takers. So the next common question I get is, will this work for me? I'm terrible at tech. So this is where this fast action bonus comes in. So I'm going to give you my 6 photography business in a box of funnels. So this is the Connect funnel, the Nurture funnel, the Slogan, the Education funnel, the Investment funnel, and the Continuity funnel. And I've sold this before for $3,500. And if you buy it in the next 72 hours, you get this. So you get all the email scripts, the templates, the web pages you can copy in 60 seconds into your account. Now, here's the thing about tech. From midnight tonight, if you pay in full by midnight tonight, Sydney time, you can get the Automation Dream Team, and we will do that for you. Anyone who purchases, paid in full by midnight tonight. So I know that sometimes you have to get off. Usually I make this bonus like only if you purchase live, but I know that, you know, it's a significant investment and you might need to go and speak to someone or transfer some money or do something like that. So we'll set up your bookings on autopilot system for you. So including your Connect and Nurture funnels, and it's valued at over $1,000. Fast action bonus, if you buy in the next 24 hours, I will give you a complimentary ticket to our Sydney Bookings on Auto Masterclass. It's valid for the next 9 months, and they're held 3 times per year in March, June and September. And it doesn't matter if you pay in full or if you use the payment plan, you can come and get this bonus as well. And so that one's valued at $997. Now, this is another one for somebody if they're not going to pay in full because that's not they're not something they can do, is if you purchase by midnight tonight using either of the payment plans, or if you're paying full, you can get it as well. I'll share with you my $7,000 in a day sold out mini session program, which is how I've made between $7,000 and $11,000 from one day of photo shoots using mini sessions. So any payment option, you can get this if you purchase by midnight tonight. So here's a breakdown of what I did with my mini sessions. Rachel's also done it. She's done $8,000 from mini sessions as well. There's another girl in the PBA, Julia, who's done $7,500 from her mini sessions as well. Both the girls, well, Rachel had done a mini session before, but Julia had done a mini session before and had done only like $2,500. And then she did $7,000 when she used the mini session course. Okay, this is a tax deductible professional development. So I would love for you to join us if you would like to do that. So another common question I get is how much time do I need to do the PDA? So one of the things about time is that I've worked it out, but it works out to be about 30 minutes a day that you need. So what you want to do is, really sit down and nut out finding the time. So the first task I get you to do is find the time to actually do that. So if that means that you go to bed a bit later, if that means that you get up earlier, if that means that you stop watching TV for 10 weeks, then I expect that people do that because I can't make you want your business. You have to want to, make your business a success. So I just don't find time is not an excuse because look at Rachel. She had 5 kids and a job 4 days a week, traveling 2 hours a day. So we review how you spend your time and we find time for you to not only work on the content of your PBA and build your business, but also structure a week for maximum efficiency. So a business owner should be able to find 30 minutes per day to work on the business processes. So I'm going to pop the link in here now if anyone is wanting to do this. And I'm sorry if I haven't seen your questions. I'll keep going until just, I'll get through these. So the value of all the bonuses is $17,000. And I've decided just at last minute, literally before I jumped on today, I decided to throw these in as well. So these, if you wanted to buy while we're on the live webinar, you can start just at $200 and $250 a week. Then you can get these 14 extra funnels. So there's an online course funnel if you're thinking about doing a photography course. There's a headshot funnel if you're wanting to do headshots. There's an engagement funnel for wedding photographers if you're thinking that you want to entice people into having a wedding photos done with you by using engagement shoots. There's maternity model call, there's the new mum funnel, there's a Father's Day funnel, there's a quiz funnel, print shop if you're thinking that you want to sell your landscape prints. Now this is $997 value and you can get this if you purchase live on this training today and the link is in the comments. Okay, so this is what you're going to get today, just so you've got a summary of it. You'll get the access to the PDA program. You'll get access for 10 weeks to the Inner Circle Mastermind and the tech support and coaching and mindset accountability with me. You'll get access to those business basic bonuses. You'll get the Mindset Hub. You'll get those 2 traffic bonuses. And you can get that starting at just $250 per week. Plus you get these bonuses. So the funnels, and automations, you'll get the pay in full, have that bookings and autopilot system done for you if you want. You get the ticket to our PBA Masterclass event. You get the sold out session, $7,000 mini session. And if you want to get those 14 extra funnels, you can do that as well. So $3,000 today, including GST. So is the PBA worth it? This is something that you might be sitting there thinking, oh, I can't afford that, all that sort of thing. So if you're thinking that and you're considering an investment, you need to consider your return on investment. So is earning $4,000 from 2 photo shoots worth it? Worth investing $3,000 today or $250 today? Is earning $7,000 from 1 day of shoots worth $3,000? Is $14,000 in the next 13 weeks a good investment of $250 per week today? Is $17,000 in 1 month a good investment? So you guys just have to sit there and think about that from your own perspective. I can't answer that for you. But you don't have to spend 11 years and $100,000 to figure it out. You can just spend 10 weeks and start by paying $250 today. So for those who love the best deal, come go to. And then just, you know, it's another way to look at it is how many clients would you need to pay for the price of the PBA. So when Hayley came to me, her average sale was $545. So she would have watched this training and she would have gone, oh my God, I need, you know, 6 clients. But her first shoot after implementing what she learned was a $3,000 sale. So it's, you know, if you can think about what you would actually be charging, even if you feel like right now it doesn't feel like it's possible for you, I just want to show you what is possible. Same with Kim, she was doing $500 average sale, last 2 sales $4,000 and $3,000. So, you know, how many clients would you need to pay for the price of the PBA? So due to the intimate nature of the program and to protect the amazing supportive energy of the group, I do need to make sure that you're the right fit for us. So I choose not to work with those who don't take responsibility for their own results. I choose not to work with those who aren't committed to excellent service to their clients. I don't work with people who are excuse makers or badmouth other people or other coaches or anything like that. And I don't choose to work with people who are not open to working on their mindset. So this is why my girls get such great results, because I love working with people who are coachable, who are committed, who are resourceful. So our favourite saying is your biggest resource is your resourcefulness. They are the client they wish to attract. So they don't want to attract people who don't see the value in their work. And so I don't want to attract people who don't see the value in the program either. So they are decisive action takers. Now, I love working with decisive action takers because what I find is they also take decisive, imperfect action in their business. They feel the fear and get out of their comfort zone and do it anyway. And I love working with people who love uncovering their own mindset blocks to create their version of an extraordinary life, and love being part of a supportive, fun, relaxed community. So because I need to ensure we're a right fit, I have 2 cooling off periods. So the first cooling off period is 3 days from purchase date. So if you're thinking of you wanting to buy but and you want to get all the bonuses and all that sort of stuff, but you know you're stressing a little bit about it, there is a change of mind from purchase date. So it's actually a legal thing that we have to have anyway. So you can change your mind 3 days from today if you purchase today. And then there's also another a guarantee, which is actually more for me because I've had it before where the wrong people have purchased. So just because you've got the money doesn't mean that you are the right person for the PBA. So I've actually kicked people out, one person out of the PBA before, and this is why I now have a good fit 7-day cooling off period. And so if I determine that in the first 7 days that it's not a good fit for us, we will, you know, part ways, you'll get your money back and we'll just go from there. So after that point, I'm assuming that you are committed to your business, we're committed to each other, and we are going to get results for each other in the next 10 weeks together. So don't let another 3 months or 12 months go by getting the same results. It's just $3,000 today, or just starting at $250, and the link is there. Alrighty, so here is the link for those who have stayed to the end for the cash injection system. Oops, here it is. I'm typing it into the chat box. There you go. Thank you for being on here. And if all this did was help you get out of your inbox, have bookings on autopilots from now, save hours in your week, would it be worth it to you? If it gave you the confidence that you had your complete photography business set up, if it gave you the kick in the bum to finally get you moving from your child photography business, would it be worth it? So I'm going to pop on the timer right now, and if there were any other questions that I missed, I'm going to answer them in the chat right now. Okay. So Cassandra, sorry I missed that, said, I need to ask whether I can join in 3 months or so. Oh, sorry, I didn't realise she meant, you know, can she start in 3 months because she wants to pay in 3 months? So this window is open for 72 hours if you'd like to join to grab this deal. Okay. Any other questions that people want to answer? Let me know in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. Okay. Yeah, so you need about, so as somebody asked before, you need about 30 minutes a day. The actual training in the PBA, the video content is, you know, between 1 and 2 hours a week, and then you actually need to go and do the work and implement it, but there's actually the time that you would be spending implementing the stuff in your business anyway. So, yeah, so Lara, Russell's book just arrived. Love Russell. I'm so glad you're on the Russell train. I'm really interested in ClickFunnels, but I need time to consider. That's totally fine. So that's awesome. No worries at all. Alrighty. So somebody's asked me before, do you think it's possible to succeed in an oversaturated market? So the thing is about an oversaturated market is I actually don't believe in competition, because when you're following the steps that I'm taking and you're using the psychology, buying psychology and all that sort of stuff, and you're using all the techniques and the automations and the funnels and all that sort of thing, then it naturally you know, it weeds out the people that are just price shoppers and all that sort of stuff, and it actually makes your ideal client come to you. So you end up being in front of your ideal client, and so when that happens, then competition is irrelevant. And so I don't feel that you know, there is anything actually as a saturated market. Like, you know, if people are just shopping on price and you're just giving the price list, then yes, your market's probably saturated and you're probably, you know, just dealing with price shoppers. But when you follow these techniques, everything changes for you. Oh, somebody else asked, when are the group sessions held? So the group sessions are live on a Monday at 10:30. They go for an hour. And as I said, they're not compulsory to attend, but they're like a motivational kick up the bum for you. And so we do a mindset technique, and we also do something that's relevant to whatever's going on that week. And it's just, and they're also recorded. So probably only half of the people turn up live, and half of the people, half of the students actually watch it later on, and they're recorded and posted into the group, so you can just come back and easily watch them later. Oh, somebody asked, when am I running it again? So this is a program that you can join anytime for the full price of $5,000 if you want to do that. And at the moment there is from time to time, I open up a window of 72 hours for people to come and join and use this special offer. And right now you're in that time slot to get it for that. So I want to reward the people who take the time to, you know, learn more about this stuff before they jump into something and then it's not the right thing for them. So this is how, you know, I get people to know, like, and trust me, and to show them, you know, some value before they need to consider whether they want to work with me or not. And, you know, from time to time we offer it up, open it up. So it depends on how soon you want to get results. So, you know, there'll probably be another 72-hour time slot, but I can't tell you when that will be. And, you know, we have got quite an intimate group, so I tend to not let the group get too big, because then I can't give the personalised support and things like that to people. Okay, so just 9 more minutes left. Is there any other questions? That's totally fine. I'll just stay on here in case there's any other questions. So, oh, that was the other thing I was going to say, is that I've had people say to me before that they feel like they need to get more practice in their photography business first, which is why I created that purposeful portfolio builder. And what I thought I would do as well is throw in an extra bonus where you can get Perfecting Portraits course, which is all about like photographing kids and getting more confident with your actual photography, and that's a $997 value. So I'm going to throw that in as well. So that gives you the confidence and skill set to bring your child and family photography to a professional level. So you can get access to the Perfecting Portraits today, delay your PBA start date for 2 months or something, and then that allows you to complete the Perfecting Portraits course and then come and do the PBA when you're ready and still take advantage of all the bonuses that you've got today. Another thing that people have said to me before is that it sounds great, but I think I want to implement a few things before I start. And a lot of people say, oh, I need to get my website live first and all this sort of stuff. And so it's been my experience that when women have implemented things in their business before joining the program, once they discover our strategies, they always wish they had just had our guidance earlier on. So whether you decide to do this now or later, you're going to have to set up these foundations for your business anyway, because this is the way that things are going. I don't know if you guys saw my post on the iPod versus the tape player, or the iPod versus the tape. It's like, I am your father. So the funnels are something that you are going to have to implement eventually, because it is the way that everything's going. Like with Facebook, shutting down and on a whim, and only 6% of people seeing your stuff on Facebook. Everybody is going to need to use funnels to be able to make money in their business, really. Otherwise, you need to go back to the old ways. And I find that a lot of photographers who are very introverted, and the idea of ringing up people, cold calling, going to networking events, all that sort of thing makes them feel sick to the stomach. So if you still want to be able to sit at home and still find clients, you're going to have to get on board with funnels at some point. So you might as well start today and get that with us. So if anyone has any specific questions and you want to come and have an actual call with me, you can do that as well. I can post, I don't have the link to that right now, but I can find that link and I can send that in an email if you want to have any questions or calls with me. Oh, congratulations, Sarah. Welcome, welcome. You have got the Automation Dream Team. You have got the 5K, it's a 7K in a day bonus. You've got the best bonus bundle ever. You've got the 14 funnels because you bought before the end of the webinar. You've got the event. So we will be in touch. You should have an email that is sent to you right now with all of those things. Congratulations. That is awesome. I can't wait to have you come and start with us. All right, guys, we are going to finish up now. Now, before we get going, I just want to ask you a question. You've probably been on these kind of webinars before, right? You get excited, you get fired up, and then what happens the next day? Probably nothing for most of you. It's sad because I just showed you the exact system I'm using to help people make $7,000 in a day, to help make $17,000 in a month, to help all of those things and do it over and over and over again. But you're going to go back tomorrow and not change anything and take advantage of what you've just learned. And you know why? It's because of old habits. They're really hard to break. You're going to go back to work now, or you're going to get caught up in the day-to-day of busyness of kids, things like that. Life will get busy and you won't get around to focusing on implementing what you've learned here today. Everything we just did in the last hour here will be completely useless because you'll just go back to your old habits. The only way that you're going to be successful is if we figure out a way to break that habit right now and fast track your results to take advantage of this peak photography season, and the way that we can break that habit for you is by investing in yourself so you can take the guesswork out and do things differently. I'm offering you all the tools that you need to succeed. So right now you have two options. Option one is you can come, sign up, completely transform your photography business and potentially your life in the next 10 weeks and make the money back from your investment. Option two, you can come up with a reason why it's not the right time, why you can't afford it, why you can't do it right now, why you don't have enough time, whatever your excuse is today, and that's fine. But the reality is you can't have both. You can't have money and excuses. You can have money or excuses, and you've got to decide which one you're going to go with. So I don't know about you, but I'd rather have money. So if you want to take the first step in your transformation today, then come and start. You can start for just $250 today. All right, guys, we've just got 3 more minutes left. If you guys are ready to take massive action in your life and use this new opportunity to change your business and life, I can't wait to work with you. And you are here and you've watched all the way through this webinar, and there's something that's you're still sitting here listening. So what is it that you want in your life? What is it that's keeping you here? What do you want in your photography business? Do you have more questions? And you can totally answer them, and I will answer them for you. So I can help you. Let's fix this problem for you, or just go back to doing what you're doing already. And I don't know about you, but going back to doing what you're already doing is not going to change the way things are. And it never makes me happier. So I really can help you now. Okay, so that link is photographybusinessaccelerator.com/5K webinar live offer. So this, there are some savings there for you that are available until midnight tonight. There are some savings there for you that are available for you until Saturday. You can get the 24-hour bonus of the event. You can get this 72 hours bonus of the automations, and you can get the $2,000 off and just start for $250 a week. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope you've got some value out of this training today. And I really want to help you in your business. Alrighty, guys, 2 more minutes left. See if there's any other questions here. Just let me check. Any other questions in the last 2 minutes? Okay, I think I need to invest in a new camera and lenses first. Okay, so I understand the feeling that you need to have a professional grade camera and lenses to start your business. And however, you absolutely can start your business with your existing equipment. That's what I did. I actually rented. I rented my equipment for a week to see if I liked it, and I did some shoots, and then I made money from those shoots, and then I used the money that I made from those shoots to buy my professional grade camera. So I've had students start with a Canon 60D before and a 1.4 lens, and she used the money that she earned from her sale to upgrade. So, you know, there are alternatives to buying your gear as well, like I said, like hiring or purchasing a second-hand one from somebody in my free Facebook group. If you want it, you could ask in there if you liked. 45 seconds left, guys. If you want any of these bonuses, if you want those 14 extra funnels, you can grab them in the next 30 seconds. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you. Let me see. Did I answer all the other questions? It's been awesome, Cassandra. No worries at all. Thanks, Lara. Thanks, Sarah. Awesome. Okay, we're going to end it there. Thank you so much for being here today. If you would like to jump on and grab these bonuses that are available at photographybusinessaccelerator.com/5K webinar live offer, then I would welcome you to come and join us today. Thank you so much. Goodbye.